Oh, boys. Oh, boys. Boys. Hey, boys. It's me. I got a surprise for you. Guess what it is? I've got rid of my Mo. Let's go, Michelangelo. Michelangelo, no Mo. Someone came in my Oreo. Let's go. This is a awesome sorceress build. Now, a lot of the boys mention a good place to start mucking around with theory crafting is utilizing Beast, right? So that gives us an O skill for Werebear, which is pretty unique, and we can use it on all classes. So, main thing to note when in shapeshifting form, although it is good in some cases, it is very restricting. So, what does that restrict us to? When you're in Werebear form, we can't actually cast anything other than Druid skills. That being summons. Now we can cast some like Cyclone Armor, but mainly like Werebear, which would be Werebear physical skills. So extremely limited. So basically we're looking at, primary attack. Now, what is this? This is I was going to say Blizzard Sorceress. I don't know why I was going to say that. This is a Beast Sorceress. We're going to be switching to Werebear. And our main attack, we're going to be using this. This is a Ice Rune Word made in a Great Bow. It is the fastest base for it. And now we're going to be using cold damage. We're going to be using cold damage. And we're going to be maxing out the synergy for Frost Nova on striking. So 25% chance to cast level 22 Frost Nova. I'm feeling a little bit out of it. Maybe I have undiagnosed ADHD, but that is absolutely fine because I struggle to love and live with myself every day. Carpe diem, motherfuckers, let's go. Stat, skills, gear, my asshole, see what goals he's doing. So, level 86 Sorceress, we have Strength is 138, Dexterity 107, Vitality is 80, and then we can deck out Energy because Energy Shield is lit. Easy peasy. So Energy Shield, for the boys that don't know, when you take damage with Energy Shield, it's taken to your mana before all of the calculations such as resistances and everything, so it doesn't really matter. It's less of a priority, right? So that means we can put more mana on. Now, if we go over to our stats over here, we have attack speed is up to 130, so we're reaching the max possible frame with our Great Bow. We'll get to that later. Faster run walk is pretty decent, so I'll show you our charms. We have 107 faster run walk. We can get a little more, but the main thing, another main restriction I didn't mentioned before is in shapeshifting form we don't have teleport, we can't cast it, so the more faster run walk we get, makes it slightly easy to move around, easy peasy. We do have poison length reduced by 75 with comfortable poison res. That's going to allow us to mitigate that poison damage that we get because Energy Shield doesn't help us cover that. Further down here we have 67 Deadly Strike is okay, little bit of Crushing Blow, some form of Open Wounds, which is good, cannot be frozen, and then down here, boys, plus 43 cold skill, minus 130 enemy cold res. Oh, baby. Now, skills. So, fire spells, we only have Warmth. Now, I know this is a melee character, but the reason why we're not going down into enchant is because, since we're using ice, we needed to put a lot of skills into the cold tree. So we'll start here first. So Frost Nova, we have our synergy of that is going to be Blizzard and Frozen Orb, so we're maxing both of those out and putting a comfortable amount of points down into Cold Mastery, so that is base 12 at 19 is minus 110. Plenty, maybe a little bit more than we need. 1 into Frozen Armor is worth it as well. So that's a lot to dump in there. I am level 86, so possibly I could put more into enchanted things in the future, but just to give us a little bit more on attack rating, we do have Demon Limb which we can use, so that gives us level 23. Now, the rest of the skills we have are in Lightning. So 1 into Static, just in case if we're stuck somewhere, I can, not unsummon, but I can, unshapeshift back into, Sorc, tally around, static field, and then finish it off in our werebear form. But we've got 1.1 dis down here. Energy shield is base 14, so as I said, I am level 86, so it's not, perfect, but it does give us absorb of 80%. We can get it a bit higher. We do have a max telekinesis, or max TK, for the people that like the abbreviations. And we don't need lightning mastery because we're not going that way. So that's pretty nice, isn't it, boys? We'll show the Mercenary first, because why not? So this is the classic Infinity, paired with Fortitude and Andariels, and we have Blessed Aim. So Might is definitely an option, but we want to be, we want to be landing hits is the main thing, boys. Like, when I theorycraft this random shit, I always try and have one premise that I try and stick to. So that's why I didn't go for like a Might Mercenary. I went for Blessed Aim, so we get attack rating, so I can hit more, and I can get more focus damage coming from the Ice Great Bow. Now, reason why I chose the Ice in a Great Bow specifically, it is the fastest base with the highest physical damage that we can actually wield. So this, with the max attack rating frame, forgive me, I forgot what the exact frame is, but it does allow us to attack at 2.78 per second in shapeshifting form, once we are shapeshifting into werebear. So, moving on, we have our Nightwing's Veil. We fortunately have to put a 15 IS duel in here instead of like a facet, but that's okay, because it's more important that we hit that 2.78 hits per second, in my opinion. Now, up here we have our High Lord's Wrath, which is pretty good. Another option would be our Cat's Eye. I'll see if I have that lying around, boys. Give me a sicky mundo. Cat's Eye, here we are. Cat's Eye is a good option because that gives us an extra 30% faster run walk, which is pretty fucking sick. So I'll leave that on, actually. A lot of our damage is coming from elemental source as well, so I don't feel like we're missing a big chunk of, Deadly Strike. So that's fine. We do have a little bit of Deadly Strike, which is on the ice as well, so I mean, we've still got some. We have Treachery. This is kind of unbeatable. We've got a little bit of Venom, sure. We've got Fade, which gives us damage reduction and whatnot. That big chunk of increased attack speed, which we need, boys. FHR is nice as well. Boots, we have Gore Riders, bit of a must. Over to rings, we have a Ravenfrost, and then we have just another 10 FCR with mana. There's a few things we can put here, but I just wanted something with FCR. So on Switch, when we have our Spirit Monarch and our Beast, we're just over 10th frame of FCR. There we are. So 10 frames is 37 FCR, and that reaches 45, so we can just tally round a little bit faster. Once we get to a location or a boss, then we can shapeshift and start slapping away. For our belt and gloves is a bit different. I decided to use the death set. I know some people are like, okay, why are you using this? It gives cannot be frozen, but you already have a Ravenfrost. The dexterity and attack rating was important, so I felt like I was definitely going to use this either way. The 40 mana is amazing, and Cold Absorb is just an extra bonus, sure. But the reason why I have the two-piece death set is a little bit more lifesteal, which is somewhat handy, because I have a few. I've got, lifestealers up here as well. I do have a little bit of res, which is okay, and also 30% increased attack speed with massive poison res and poison length reduction. So when I was testing it, I was missing out quite a lot on the poison resistance front, and I was chugging a lot of pots, but when I switched out to deaths, it really helped to mitigate that. To reach, I have just enough increased attack speed to perfectly reach the highest frame, so we need to have 30 increased attack speed along the bottom here, along these bottom pieces of gear. Another combo I was kind of messing with was two-piece Saigons, which was Saigon's gloves, and then boots, so that gives us 30% increased attack speed, and then we can fit this and swap it out. But I felt like this was the best option because we need that 30% here. That's going to allow us to put an extra 15 in there. We can swap, put different gloves with 20% here, swap this out for Nosferatu's. We're still going to get 20 IS and then 10 IS is 30. Yes, but This gives us a bunch of that poison res, and I felt like that was more worthwhile in the long run. So finishing off with the charms here, boys. As you can see, these are white, which is weird. I made these on, this whole build is kind of made on Hero Editor. I have 3 faster run walk with attack rating, and then down here I have a bunch made with faster run walk and attack rating max at 132, and then I finished it off with lightning skillers with 7% faster run walk. I know we don't have lightning mastery, so why am I using lightning skillers? It just made sense for me to get more damage reduction and mitigation with energy shield, so buffing that up just an extra 4 points. So 1 point into warmth, not much here. We get no benefit because the actual proc that we have is stuck at level 22, so cold skillers won't do anything, fire skillers won't do anything, and that's kind of why I chose to do that. Yeah, the Mercenary was the standard Infinity, which I showed, and let's kind of get into it. This is a weird one, this is a wacky one, but I do kind of like it. Why not, to start off, let's go to Lost City, because that's kind of like a common place that, Blizzorks farm, I guess. So on Switch, FCR and shit is a little bit higher, so we can kind of buff up and do that. I'm going to pop these 2, and before I forget, I am going to cast my Demon Limb as well. If I can just open my 3rd eye and find it. Boys, what the fuck is wrong with me? Oh, that's right, I didn't even equip it. Jesus Christ, it has been a long day of doing literally nothing. So Beast, we can pop that back there, and bing bong, bing bong, bing bong spaghetti-o. We need to find where Lost City is. Not Lost City, we need to find Ancient Tunnels. This is the part I always enjoy, that's obviously sarcasm, of making videos, is, I'll start recording, talk up a somewhat interesting build, I hope, and then I teleport around and I can't find Ancient Tunnels, speak the devil, there it is. Okay, let's go. Cool. Now, here, we'll switch out to Weird Bear, switch back out, so now our attack is just over 1k, and we're running around, and we're good to go, boys. Where did he go? Does he have teleport? I don't know, maybe I missed that one, boys. Armor Shrine, nice. Still do take a little bit of damage, but that's okay, because it's not the most perfect build in the world. Look at the Frost Nova, lads. Whew. Oh, I love how weird this is. I wanted to find an excuse to make this bow. 18 Holy Freeze with Frost Nova on striking. It's just, it's such a weird bow. And I've never used it in a build before. I'm like, man, I need to come up with something good. Something memorable. And I feel like this is a good sticking point. Let's find another place to go, eh? I love the run speed as well with this. Like with all the charms sitting at like 7s. My god, that is tough to get. Cat's Eye is definitely a good piece with this as well. So we can switch back. Where else should we go, boys? I'm not going to do Trav because that is going to be literally embarrassing. I could go out here and try and find Stony Tomb. Would it be an option? Is it even on my map? It is. Rune! It's a Ral rune. Fuck. Never mind. Oh. One day I'll find something exciting. So our attack rating is pretty monstrous. We're at over like 12k, which is sick. Bit overkill, but I want to make sure that, whenever we do hit, we want to have the best chance of landing, and then, therefore, the highest chance of actually you know, proccing Frost Nova at 22. Nice. Fade just proc then, so we're looking a little bit stronger. Poise Res is maxed out, so that's going to help us. Let's pick up the rejuve. Why not? Oh no, it's all the way over to the right, boys. What are we going to do? Shapeshift back out, and then teleport all the way down. Easy. Tower shield's sick. If anyone's wondering, no, I don't, like, look around for other content creators ever made shit like this. I fuck around myself, me and the boys, bounce ideas off each other, you know, as well as insults. Because this game has been out for, like, fucking ages. I want to try my best to release stuff that I haven't seen and I feel like other people haven't seen. I think that's cool. Because if you're after the best shit, if you're after, like, you know, the best builds, the meta is still basically the same, boys. Everyone knows, if you play this game for a while, everyone knows what it is. It's not difficult to predict. But if you're looking for a different way to play, different stuff to fuck around with, if you have no friends and you just play P1 all the time like me, then that's totally cool. Stick around, subscribe. Fade really is transparent sometimes, isn't it? You can't see it with the bloom effect from all of the procs. That's kind of funny. The switch casting does get a little bit used to. It does take a little bit to get used to, is what I meant to say. I think the build takes a little bit to get used to as well, boys. But just to finish up there, yeah, let's finish up there because that was embarrassing. But I'm very glad to get this one out and show you guys how it works and how it doesn't work. It's very fun. I think it was a cool use of the ice bow rune word. And yeah, please like and subscribe. Give your mum a kiss goodnight for me. How's that sound? Cool. Okay, bye boys.